Now tell us your story.
As the first 3 episodes of the new series All's Fair dropped on Hulu on Tuesday, so did the reviews. And star Kim Kardashian provided a summary of those reviews on an Instagram post on Thursday. Kim captioned the post, "Have you tuned in to the most critically acclaimed show of the year? All's Fair is streaming now on Hulu and Disney+."
Wow, it's you. Right this way.
The next slide was a screenshot of a viewer's tweet that said they immediately hit play on the series after seeing that All's Fair debuted at 0% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. The first 5 reviews posted by critics were all negative. Now there's nowhere to go but up from there, and they did go up. Now there's been 20 reviews of the show by critics, and it's at 5% fresh. What that really means is the show now has 19 negative reviews from critics and 1 positive one. Next, Kim shared Joe's tweet that said, "Some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my life, alongside the most predictable storylines and the most ridiculous styling. I'm obsessed. I need 14 seasons."
And women besting men in divorce? No.
The next slide unfortunately cuts off the author of the tweet, who declared that All's Fair is Scream Queens, the Ryan Murphy series that ran for 2 seasons, but for wine mums and millennial gays. You just don't get it. Yeah, so we don't know which the author was, either wine mum or millennial gay. Also cut off is what the Hollywood Reporter tweet said about Kim's performance. Well, don't worry, I found it. Kardashian's performance, stiff and effectiveless without a single authentic note, is exactly what the writing, also stiff and effectiveless without a single authentic note, merits. Her very presence, which succeeds at generating buzz and not much else, seems fitting for a show that seems to want not to be watched so much as mined for viral bits and pieces. Yeah, Kim's performance is pretty stiff, but I really agree about the viral bits thing. Like when I was watching the show, it felt like scenes work better as individual posts on TikTok as opposed to strung together for a 40-minute episode of television. Next was the Daily Telegraph's Ed Powers review, which said Ryan Murphy is the high priest of tacky, tasteless television, and this year he has outdone himself. Now, along with All's Fair in 2025, Ryan produced the 3rd season of Monster, which was the Ed Gein story. He was an executive producer on the sitcom Mid-Century Modern, which was canceled after 1 season, and then a spin-off 911 Nashville just launched a few weeks ago. Next on Kim's carousel, Kat wrote, "All's Fair on Hulu dares to ask the question, does the show need to be good? And the answer is no, it doesn't. We have legendary actresses here giving the worst performances of their careers. It takes a special kind of talent to pull that kind of inability out of them. Amazeballs."
God, I love my job.
Handle Keegan Fitz wrote, "All's Fair is actually so good. Me and my friend have just binged the first 3 episodes and we were obsessed with the storyline." Which storyline? The fashion and the glamour is giving. The drama and the acting isn't even as bad as everyone is making out. Oh, that's not what you meant to write. You mean as making it out to be. Right, okay. "Y'all are dramatic as F for real." Next, Kim had Gagged Them a Bit 9's tweet that said, "All's Fair is the cuntiest, chicest, and campiest piece of television I've ever watched." Now, it's awesome that Kim leaned into the bad reviews.
Stand up straight and breeze into that room like a storm no one saw coming.
Now, I did think about Glenn Close on the opposite end of the scale, who has had very few duds in her career, very accomplished career, very acclaimed career, which has 8 Oscar nominations. And yeah, Glenn did have a reaction. She posted this doodle on Thursday. I don't know if she actually drew this doodle, but yeah, she posted it. So it's the 6 ladies from the cast and a critic bunny stew in front of them, which would be a nod to Fatal Attraction. Naomi Watts was crying laughing in the comments, while Tiana Taylor was all heart eyes emojis and kisses for Glenn. Glenn even commented on her own post with a lot of applause and a crying laughing emoji as well. I couldn't help but notice who double tapped Glenn's post. That would be Rose Byrne, Glenn's co-star on Damages, the series that ran for 5 seasons and it's one of my favorite shows of all time. Glenn won 2 Emmys for her performance as Patty Hughes, and when All's Fair was announced, I was surprised that Glenn was signing on for another series where she plays a lawyer.
Men, they are terrified of women in power.
And then watching the show, her first scene of singing, wow, I'm shocked that she's wearing a wig. That makes her look just like Patty Hughes. Then a testament of how good Glenn is. Once I just started watching Glenn act, I wasn't thinking about Patty Hughes. Yeah, she was Dinah Standish.
Let's light her on fire.
Now, All's Fair, I did watch all 3 episodes. It's insane camp. And it has to be when you have Glenn Close acting in scenes with Kim Kardashian. Like, it has to be just insane. And it is.
Here there is no safe word.
I'm not going to say that it's awful, but I'm also not going to say that critics got it wrong.
Enough edging, counselor. Let us come already.
I'm not going to say it was so bad it was good. I'm going to say it was entertainment. I was never bored, and I will watch more. But yeah, what did you think of the first 3 episodes of All's Fair?